Alright guys, Mount Vernon Kid here, back again. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome back to Characters Why I Like Them. We're on Series 3, still paying homage to those characters that came before the greats, the ones that we know and love. So we're still doing the pulp era characters. So pretty much guys, I thought I gave you the Shadow and the Phantom. This time I'm giving you pretty much one of the earliest female heroines in the pulp era, and that's Ms. Fury. Ms. Fury, as you all know, she is currently now under Dynamite, and Dynamite has been doing a great job with her, very much. But I'm also gonna, educate you guys on her as well. So first and foremost, I think the first thing you want to know, first of all, who created Ms. Fury? And actually was a female actually that did create her. Her name was June Tarpe Mills. Actually, she created her pretty much way back in the 1940s. She first appeared in her first appearance was in newspapers April 6, 1941. Before she finally started to be run on Timely Comics in 1942. The character, pretty much, believe it or not, is pretty much very much an inspiration for Marvel's Hellcat, Patsy Walker. She actually when Marvel was named Timely Comics, that's where they pretty much got the aspect and the idea from Ms. Fury. Now, in the beginning, her name was Black Fury. She called the name Black Fury because Marla Drake was a rich socialite. Her life really kind of was. She was rich. She didn't really have no big surprises, no purpose in her life in a sense, and circumstances had her pretty much go to kind of like she was going to a masquerade party, and that's where she pretty much donned the costume that you see on the images now. Unfortunately, she never made it to that party. This is the original of the origin. Pretty much she didn't make it to that party because she helped apprehend a criminal, and pretty much thus the career of Ms. Fury happened from there. But from there, guys, that was pretty much her original. But then she would jump from I'm forgetting the original publication that was doing her, but then I know she went to Malibu Comics, and in that series, it was the granddaughter of the original Ms. Fury, Marla Drake, Marlene Drake. That was Marla's granddaughter's name, and she continued where her grandmother left off on, and continued to, do crime, to pretty much, fight crime and things like that. However, her biggest enemy in there was her aunt. Actually, her aunt was her enemy, so it kind of have like a family feud going on, and her aunt took on the name Black Fury. And that was where we would not see for that was pretty much it for a while, until later on Dynamite took over, and that's the one thing I've always love and respect about Dynamite. That's probably why Dynamite is one of my favorite independent companies, is they take those classic pulp era characters, put them in their era that they were made in, or just refresh them in the eyes of this new generation, these young bucks, and make them great, make them to the point where you can really get into these characters. And that's where Dynamite started with the miniseries that I do recommend, called Mask, where we had all these great pulp era characters joining forces, the Shadow, the Zorro, Black Bat, Ms. Fury, the Green Llama, Green Hornet, all these characters, Kato, all them joining forces to take down this corrupt police force in New York City during the 1930s or 40s. Good stuff right there. And then from there, she spinned out into her own miniseries, and it's kind of like a time jump. You see her in the 1940s, and then she jumps into 2000 in the era the 21st century, and she keeps jumping back and forth. But it's really good stuff. Ms. Fury pretty much is a great inspiration for those characters that you would think, oh well, there was only Wonder Woman was the only big female during the 40s that was selling or was created. Wrong. Ms. Fury is one of them. Now, in terms of Ms. Fury's abilities, which a lot of people probably ask, oh, is she just like a Catwoman knockoff or something like that? Well, you can kind of say, well, Catwoman kind of came first. I mean, Ms. Fury came first. But in the beginning, once again, the original Ms. Fury, she had no powers. In the beginning, she had no special abilities. She was just very agile. The black leopard skin tight costume she wore was from Brazil, and it had pretty much no aspects to it. But then later on, they started to say that it had some kind of mystical aspect to it, like it would bring misfortune to anyone who wore it and things like that. So it was kind of weird. But later on, her Ms. Fury's Marla's granddaughter, she fell into a vat of chemicals that gave her like superhuman strength. But pretty much there was like a backwater on her having those powers. Like if she raged out, she would pretty much enter like this berserk rage that she couldn't really control at times. So I thought that was really interesting to research and things on that. But the current Ms. Fury now, which is Marla, is Marla, but they revamped her a little bit. She was given this potion which when she was in an expedition in Kenya, and pretty much it gives her then it became like a magical ritual by the natives at that time that gained her like superhuman powers. Like she's been shown to show in the comics, she's shown to show superhuman strength at some degree. She's able, like she showcased at one point, she kicked a table that was bolted onto the ground off like it was no problem. So that kind of gives off like, yeah, she has some superhuman ability. Also, she has heightened agility, speed, and durability as well, because I've seen her take some bumps and landings that were just like, okay, if she's not superhuman, there's no way she should be just getting back up from that. But Ms. Fury still continues to impress people. I've been reading a lot of reviews and solicitations and from fellow comic book fans on the internet and just who do comic reviews, and they all are liking what Dynamite has been doing with Ms. Fury. Robbie Williams I believe is doing the writing, and he does a good job. The artwork is really good. It's good to see, like I said, Ms. Fury back in the fold to showcase, like, she, in a sense, you can say she is one of the first females of the pulp era. Not counting, like I said, not counting Wonder Woman, but, and to see that her legacy kind of lived on after with Hellcat, especially look at Hellcat now in Marvel. The way she dresses, her costume is kind of in homage to Ms. Fury. It basically has the same, the claws, the cat theme to it. So you can see that, yeah, Marvel paid homage to Ms. Fury. And I love that. When you see a lot of heroes or heroines pay homage to some of these heroes that came before them and show the respect that these pulp era heroes deserve. That's always the biggest thing for me, is like, never forget the people that started it for what is now. Never forget that. You got to respect the legends before you appreciate the current stuff. That's my motto, and that's how I look at it, especially with comics now. But yes, Miss Fury, great character. I thank Miss Mills for creating her. And what more can I say about Miss Fury is, like, if I do recommend it. If you are reading anything from Dynamite, I do recommend Miss Fury. You won't be disappointed. You'll get a lot of vibe from a lot of characters. You know, she's very rich, so you kind of have that Tony Stark, Batman s feel to it. But then you got a little bit of a Smith. You got a lot of Batwoman, her attitude, a lot of Batwoman, little bit of Catwoman, and a lot of other heroines mixed together, and that's what you get with Ms. Fury. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little bit about Ms. Fury. I will see you guys next time here with Characters Why I Liked Them Series 3. Still going on with the Pulp era characters. Next week, I give you the one and only Zorro. So I will see you guys next time. Take care.